Hoo-wee, what's going on YouTube? It's Donnie B all day, and that crunching you hear is Luna eating the plastic on the bread bag because she's an asshole. So this is what we're doing. We have some knife news and we have some food that we're cooking. Basically the food, all I did is I took a steak. This is pretty simple. The opening part is pretty easy. I took a steak, I let it cool to room temperature, or heat to room temperature, however you want to say it, because it came out of the fridge. And I put spices on it. I stuck it on a rack, which on a pan, so it's floating because I want air to be all the way around this thing with spices. And you can see how it's on the rack. And I'm putting it in at 250 degrees. That's it, 250, for 35 to 40 minutes. All right, so this is going to be a cheddar infused steak, which is going to be amazing. How am I going to open up this steak to put the cheddar in it? Well, I'm going to use, finally, my Cutco gourmet 4-inch paring knife. You say it's a paring knife. Why are you making steak with it? Because this knife is super freaking sharp. Ooh, you could do anything with it. American made. These are the guys that make K-bar knives, so you know the steel and the heat treat are going to be quality. What you wouldn't guess is that the handle's really nice. It's just really ergonomically shaped. The handles are pretty decent. A guy with gigantic hands can hold on to it. A person with small hands is going to freaking love it. But I can't wait to really test this thing out. So what I'm going to do is butterfly the steak once it's cooked at 35 to 40 minutes. I'm going to butterfly it. What butterflying means is you take the steak, you know, like here's your steak, and there's the top, there's the bottom. So you butterfly it by going dead center, and you go all the way through and you open it up, right? That's called butterflying. Now what a lot of people do is they will cook a steak on the grill or however they're going to do it, and then the outside will be cooked really nice and the inside will still be kind of raw, and they don't like that. So what they'll do is they'll cut it open, they'll open it, and then they'll flip it and let it sear on the inside, and that'll make both halves just pink in the middle with four seared sides. So you can do that, but that's not what we're doing. We're doing an infusion, which means we're butterflying so we can put stuff on the inside. So what I might do is add some minced garlic, but I might not, because it's going to be cheddar. If it was a different cheese, maybe I'd do the garlic, but because it's cheddar, I'm not. I'm just going to do the cheddar. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of cheddar, we're going to butterfly the steak, we're going to stick the cheddar inside the halved steak, and then we are going to, well, first we're going to let the steak sit for a couple minutes, and then we are going to super sear the outsides only. So the inside is going to have this beautiful uniform pinkness, and the cheese in the center with seared edges. Now, more knife news, right? We're not just doing this today. We're talking about something else. We are talking about Twisted Mister. That's right. You remember how a long time ago I said, yeah, man, we're going to start our own knife company, and I have my t-shirt, my Twisted Mister t-shirt on, and then Scab was like, yo, I want one of those. So Scab got himself a Twisted Mister shirt, right? Oh, I sent it to him. And so Twisted Mister is giving birth to our first knife, and this one's going to be going for a while. This is going to be like our main, like our bread and butter, you know, beginner knife. It's a starter knife, and it's I'm not gonna lie, guys, it's coming out awesome. I have photos, but I can't show you. It's got to be a complete surprise. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you what we're doing. We decided this is, you know, Joey G Spot, my man, Joey tree balls. They call them tree balls because his two balls are so big it looks like there's three of them in there. So Joe Mallinson, Joey G Spot, my man, my master knife smith. This guy is awesome, right? So this is what we did. I started with some 1084, but 1084 that came from New Jersey Knife Baron. Now, if you know anything about steel, if you buy steel, if you use steel, you're going to know that the 1084 high carbon steel from New Jersey Knife Baron is the best 1084 in the world. That's where when people want 1084 and they want it to be a badass piece of steel, they go there. It's the best steel to heat treat. It's just the best. So that's what we're doing. We got the forge. I got a little forge set up at Joey's place. He set it up because he's good like that. And what happened is I took my bar steel and I hand cut the shape. And everything about this knife, this is going to be a handmade knife. This isn't some crazy wacko, put it in a machine and let it cut. And then, no. This is every single part of this knife we're doing by hand, and we're doing ourselves. This is a 2-man operation. That's it. There's only 2 of us. So our knives are going to be made per order. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to get this knife out. I'm going to show you guys this knife, and then if whoever wants one, and I already have one guy, the first order is already made. Zach Stork is saying, I want one. So the first one after the prototype, I already know where it's going. It's going to Zach Stork. And this is the deal. So it's two people. That means all the hours going into the knife is just us. That's it. There's just 2 of us. So naturally you'd think, okay, well, the knife's got to be like $6,000, because that's how much some of his other customs cost. But this one is going to be affordable. We're going to make sure that. And then when we start doing other knives, the price is obviously going to go up, because when you're talking about a 2-man operation, this is how it's got to be done. So what'll happen is when you order a knife, that knife will be made on the spot. So the hours put in is going to be how long it takes us before we ship it to you just to make it, which won't be, it's not like oh no, I'm going to wait a month out. No, it's not like that. It's not even close to that. So when I say the hours, I mean, it could take a full day to just do grinding. It'll take part of a day for me to do out the design. I have to hand stencil every design. Then I hand cut every design. I cut out everything, and I mean by hand. Once my pattern is cut into the steel, I send it to Joey G-Spot. Joey G-Spot then takes that steel and turns it into an absolute freaking work of art. I mean, his grinds, I did a complex grind where it's like a double swoop on this grind, and so it kind of looks like that almost. It's weird, awesome, but it's going to be a pro comp thrower. And you think, oh, a throwing knife, it's going to be like this little throwing knife. No, wow. No, what I'm doing is I'm starting with a 12-inch stock, right? 12 by 2. And it's going to be 12 inches long and just about 2 inches wide, maybe like 1 7/8, because, we're making the contouring. And it's got to be, filed down nice and perfect. So it's going to be a 1/4 inch thick. So think about 12 inches, 1/4 inch thick, 1084 high carbon, like a leaf shape, and it's going properly heat treated. This thing is going to be nasty. It's going to be like a knife. It's going to be a throwing knife that you can use for other things than throwing. It's just going to be phenomenal. So we are at a point where the first one, the prototype, is almost done. It's just going to be final touches, and then he's got to do he's got to print the prototype on it, and or etch the prototype on it. And again, like everything, he's doing that by hand, everything by hand. So it's going to be super, super cool, and it's almost there. As for now, we're talking about the Cutco, and when that steak is done, then I will pull it out, and we will see how sharp this little bugger is, so we can butterfly that. So I'm going to press pause. When I unpress pause, it's because I'm taking some meat out of there and getting ready for the next step. So hold on. Whew. All right, so we are getting to a point where it's very, very close. I'm going to eyeball it real quick. Oh, it's nice and dark the way it's supposed to be. Remember, when you cook it slow and long, let me show you. It's going to get like this really nice darkness to it. You see that? Oh, I think that one's pretty much ready. It's been about 30 minutes, but this one's not as thick as some of the ones I do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it out, we're gonna take a look. We're gonna take a look and see how she is. All right. Oh man, it looks so nice. It looks so nice. So this is where we're at right here. Do you see the color on that? How dark it is on the top? All right, so this is what the plan is. We're gonna take our Cutco. I'm gonna lower you guys a bit, bring you into the shot. Now what I want to do is I just want to stand it up. And generally when you butterfly, you go almost all the way through so it can open and you still have one of the spines of the sides of the steak. We're not doing that. We're going to open this thing up completely, right? And we're going to wedge that, and it's going to get fused back together with the cheese. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my steak, oh my gosh, which is lovely. And I'm just going to cut downward. I'm wondering, let's see. There must be a better way to put you guys over here. Let's see. This is the fun part of the video where you get to look at my chin and not be in the shot. Oh, you know what? Duh. It's a tripod, so I don't know what I'm doing here. I know what I'm doing here. I just totally stabbed myself. All right, good. Good. So you could see these lines. Oh, from the hoo-wee. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to get my hand out of the way so you can see. And now if the knife isn't sharp, this whole steak would cave in. So what we're going to do is hope that the knife is as sharp as it is, and ho. Wow. These Cutco knives are just made, man. They are just made right. Oh my goodness, it's just it went all the way through. I didn't even realize it. So now we're gonna finish it this way. Look at this. Look at this. And now I'm gonna put the center right over one of the grates. So wow, the inside of this thing is nice. So I can just go straight through, and look how evenly pink that is. That is what we call perfect steak right there. That is a perfectly cooked steak. So what I'm gonna do now is grab my cheese that I already put away, because I didn't want it sitting out there. Man, that steak is so nice looking. Should have probably opened it first. Let's see. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we will pop one of these bad boys on there. I cannot believe how perfect that cooked. Well, I can believe it, obviously. I did it. But it cooked really, really perfectly. So now we're going to take a piece of this. I want to measure out how much I can take down. And I'm going to stick that right there. And now I'm going to take this and break it in half and put that in that like that. So now we have cheese on half. So next, I'm just going to take the half that I already did. I'm going to put this on there. Now, here's the deal. I'm going to let this sit and come back down to pretty close to room temperature, right? And that's going to let the cheese melt very slightly, but not a lot. It's not going to go crazy melting. And the rest of the melting will happen during the searing process, which I'm going to show you how we're going to do it. I'm going to use butter. You can use oil. I use fake butter, but you could use oil or whatever you want as a kind of like pan lubricant. But all I'm doing is taking a frying pan. I'm going to get this thing super hot. I'm going to get this thing hot. And I will put Smart Balance butter in there because that's what I use. Unless it disappears on me. I found it. Got so much stuff in the damn fridge. So last night, Shelly decided to make like this pudding pie. Holy mackerel. Alright, so now I have my Smart Balance. And we are going to put a bunch of this in that pan. And I'm going to put more than I would need because I'm heating the pan so hot. A lot of it's going to cook off before I get a chance to get it up. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like children. All right. Here we go. So I'm going to turn the heat on nice and high for this small pan. If you go too high, then you're going to wrap the flames around the side of your pan, and it's not good for your pan. So that's what's happening now. Cutco. Wow, what a freaking knife. So let's do this. Let's actually clean some of that off after cutting through that steak, going all the way through and hitting that steel grate. Let's see. Wow, that is absolutely razor fine, razor sharp. Fine, razor sharp. Whoo, man. That is razor freak. Look at that. You guys can see how empty of hair. This is what an arm normally looks like with all that hair. Woo, that is smooth. I gotta wash this now. But that is really nice. That edge is made to be perfect, and perfect it is. Wow. Holy Moses, guys. So if you're looking for like a superior kitchen knife and you want one just like Twisted Mister made in America, get Cutco. Get Cutco. If you enjoy K-bar steel, which everybody enjoys K-bar steel, I mean, man, is that made right. This is a sweet knife. All right, so now you can hear my butter is boiling, right? All I want to do is evenly coat the bottom of this pan. And we're going to drop our sear for maybe 45 seconds aside. That's all it's going to take, but we want that. It's got to be brown and it's got to be crispy, you know what I mean? So the inside is going to be crazy super soft, the outside really crispy, and the inside is going to be just cheddar madness. Now what's going to happen is when we sear both sides, that cheddar flavor, because the cheddar has got a nice strong, even that's mild cheddar, but it still has a nice strong flavor, it's going to absolutely absorb into that meat. So the cheddar is going to be just so infused in this meat, it's going to be amazing. So, here we go. Oh, you hear that? So, that right there is the sound of, oh yeah. And immediately the cheese is starting to just melt around the edges. So I'm going to let that go for 45 seconds. I'll flip it. I'll show you what we got. Oh, I just gave it the first flip. Look at that top. Boom, boom, boom. Nice and crispy. Oh my gosh, that is the way it's supposed to be done. Oh, so I'm literally seconds away from that being done. I don't know if you can see the cheese right there, just melting along. Man, look at the top. Oh gosh, guys, I don't know if you understand what's happening here. This is going to be phenomenal. So, my Disney Princess plate broke a long time ago, so now we're at the Snoopy Halloween stuff. So, gotta make it happen. Wipe that down. Ooh, we are good. Got my knife ready to go. That's good. I'm really liking this Cutco. I need some more of those. Alright, so now because you cut it in half, the best thing to do is to flip it with tongs. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Alright guys, wait until you see this. Holy Moses. Oh. Okay, I want to get it up in the light so you can see. Oh my gosh. Look at this. All right, so I'm going to take a knife to it. Not a knife, I'm going to take the knife to it. You see, I got one of these over here. And let's get you guys all set up now, so you can be part of this journey. Oh, I need that. Okay, so, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I've never done this before. This is something I decided yesterday. I said, tomorrow I'm going to make cheddar steak. Oh my gosh. It always looks more pink than it really is on film. I don't know why, but maybe it's reflectiveness. But it is literally, I mean, perfect. Perfect. Hold on. Let's see. Let's get a little bit. Oh my God. That, listen. Oh, you can't hear that, but the outside crisp is so amazing. That is cooked beautifully. Look at that cheese just oozing. So, big things coming. Twisted Mr. Knives getting on the board. Going to be great. Who knows? Maybe eventually we'll make a bunch of them and we'll put them. Oh, we'll put them up at like Knife HQ or something like that. As for now, they're going to be made per order, and I will get you a price once they're done. I already have a ballpark knowing where it's going to be at. Wow. Oh my gosh, that's so good. So it's all coming together, you guys. I mean, we have some big stuff. Plus, we have a bunch more knives that are going to get reviewed and tested and this and that. And holy Moses, I gotta show you this. I gotta show you this one area right here. There's where the cheese is just, oh my gosh. Tell me, man. Holy moly. All right, that's it, man. I gotta go eat this because I wanted to say something. It's so good that I forgot what I was talking about. So, Cutco. Yes, indeed. These things are great. Fantastic knife. I think fantastic knife just turned into fan. I don't know what state I'm from. Did I just come from Minnesota on that one? But, woo, awesome. I am Donnie B all day. Until next knife.